Friends, what is up? What is happening? It has been a minute. I've been slacking. I apologize. Wanted to chat a little bit today. First of all, cigar of the day is a Monte Cristo Habana. That means it's Cuban. So this came from a gentleman that I work with. Pretty excited about it, and he knows that I'm a big cigar guy, and he brought me food. So, wanted to chat. We again, it's been a little bit. Honestly, had just having a lot going on, and not making any excuses why I haven't done videos. I own that. And that's kind of what I wanted to just chat about. My life, my situation, I've got a ton going on, and coaching is one of my passions. It is my passion, and I've also got all these other things happening, and life, and we all do. And this week especially, there's been a lot of pressure, a lot of conversations, a lot of circumstances and situations that have really just been exhausting. And so what do you do, when life gets exhausting? What do you do when it feels like things are just kind of stacking against you, and kind of a roller coaster ride, and you're kind of left like, what in the world is going on? What is happening? I was even at church this morning, and I was saying, I think this is only the second time that I've been physically in a church. I watch church almost every Sunday, but I think it's, the second time in like years since I've actually been in a church, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. It was a blast to be there. But even what was talked about today, and it was a relationship series, but even what was talked about today, really correlated with what was happening in my life, and kind of, my drive home was really just thinking about it, and what it really boiled down to for me, when life gets crazy, and people might be saying things, or situations are happening that are positive then negative, whatever it might be, right? The roller coaster, the journey of life. And then a couple things that was said in the message today, and it was talking about relationships, but today it was very much in order to have a relationship, with another person, with friends, whatever it might be, and obviously with God. We have to have that relationship with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves about what we've gone through. Our past experiences, our traumas, whatever it might be, even the joys of life. We have to be honest about those things to ourselves. And what really struck me on that, again, on my drive home, as I'm thinking about this and all of the things that I've gone through that have really just wore me out this week, was you have to be able to trust yourself. And are you in a place that you trust yourself? And if you're not, what are you going to do about it? I guess what I mean by that is, when bad things happen, when negative things happen, are you in a place to get yourself out of it mentally? Like, oh man, this is a crummy situation. I'm down in the dumps. This is exhausting. Are you in a place of where you have clarity enough, where you have truth enough with yourself to know the truth about yourself, the truth in that situation, the truth that you bring to that situation, and it could be anything, whatever you're experiencing. If it's disagreement with somebody else, if it's just whatever it might be. If there's people saying things about you or believing a certain way about you, are you believing them? Are you thinking, oh man, maybe I am that way? Or are you looking at yourself? You have the clarity enough to say, no, I trust myself. Now, that doesn't mean we're not looking at ourselves and where we can improve. There's a big difference there. Sorry, this guy's got a tough draw on it. Always, and I've said it many times, always look at yourself first. In every situation, whatever's being said, whatever might have happened, did I do that? Did I do that? Did my communication really suck that bad? And if it did, and I had a few of those moments this week too, yeah, I did. And I'm going to fix that. I'm going to be very clear. I'm going to fix that. I recognize that, and I'm going to fix it. And that's trusting yourself also. Trusting yourself that you will take an honest look at the situation. You will take an honest look about whatever is happening to you, being said about you, whatever it might be, and say, yeah, I can improve on that. Because we always got to improve. We always got to take that next step. And if you take an honest look at it, and you're like, no, that's not me. I didn't do that. This is not the situation. This is not the truth. Do you trust yourself enough to block out the rest and say, no, that's not me. That's not me. I didn't do that. I'm not that type of person. I trust myself. And there's a couple cool things, even this week, as a coach, right? That's what I love to do. I love to ask those questions. If you're going through anything, right, hit me up. Let's chat. Because I love to dive deep and really understand where you're at in that journey. Again, therapy, coaching, whatever you're into, it's not about anybody else. It's not about the person you're arguing with. It's not about my husband did this, my wife did this. Your counselor is not, if they're good, or their coach, right, whatever it is, they're not going to say, oh yeah, that person's a dirtbag, or yeah, your wife must be crazy. They're there for you, and you should be there for you. What can you do better? What can you do to help? That was one of the things that was brought up in the message today, where the pastor, he understood a trigger of his wife's, and he made changes. He made the changes. And that's not saying that his wife's not working on her stuff, but he made the changes in order to not trigger his wife. That's partnership. That's love. Do you trust yourself to do that? Or is your trigger triggering, or their trigger triggering you, and it's just this cycle of chaos? Do you trust yourself? Are you in a place where you can be that foundation? And I'm not saying you're not going to mess up. I mess up. I messed up this week. But do you trust yourself to get out of that? Do you have the people around you to help you get out of that? I go to counseling. I have a counselor. Counseling is awesome. If you don't think you need counseling, you probably need counseling. A coach, whatever it might be, you need somebody to talk to. You need a group of friends that will tell you the truth. That, nah, man, you're being a bonehead. Or, nah, I had a meetup. Got a group that meets up once a month, and we call each other out. And it gets pretty brutal. And it's very much, nah, you said that last month and the month before that. Why haven't you changed it? Why haven't you fixed it? Do you have those groups of friends? Do you trust yourself enough to be brutally honest and open and transparent with a group of people, with a person, whatever it is? Because you have to trust who you are. You have to trust that you're going to be there showing up 100% authentic every time. If you're not in that place, you need somebody. You need somebody to get you there. You need somebody to get you there. All of this, every relationship, every situation, every circumstance, whatever you're going through, you have to be able to trust yourself first. So where are you? And do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself to make the right decision? Do you trust yourself to honestly look at a situation and see how you can improve, how you can be better? That's step number 1. And then do you trust yourself in knowing who you truly are? Knowing who you truly are, to stand for who you are. And do you trust yourself to be 100% authentic all the time, even with a counselor, even with a coach, even with a group of friends, whatever it is, because you need it. You need it. So, if you need help, divergentcoach.com. Hit me up. Happy to help. Happy to partner with you. But go out there. Trust who you are. Trust who God created you to be. Trust His plan and purpose for your life. It's hard because you can't see it. You can only see a couple steps in front of you. But trust it. It's always worth it. We'll see you guys next time.